To create something out of nothing is so exciting. And now I get to do it every day as a job, and it's like incredible. Mr. Beast called us up, and he wanted us to come out and paint a mural for him. It was crazy because they wanted this mural done pretty much overnight, and it was like a very tall mural, like a 3-story tall mural. And the next day, they hit it with a wrecking ball for a TikTok.
New mural of Mr. Padre has popped up in City Heights. Artist Paul Jimenez.
You know, I didn't think that I was eligible to take on a craft like art. I thought that was, oh, that's for the rich kids. And that's just like, you know, me thinking that way because where I'm coming from in my culture, this seemed so outlandish. Like it seemed like there's no way that you can make art and then also live and make a living here. And I believed it for over 20 years. Since I was a boy, I've always drawn, you know, I've always liked to doodle, you know, kind of to focus. I struggled with ADHD very badly. To this day, I still do. So art has always been a way of kind of zoning in. If I doodled, I was able to concentrate a little bit better. You know, as a kid, I wasn't necessarily allowed to hang things on my wall or express myself in certain ways. So on the page, I felt like I could. And then I went to middle school, and I think that's when I got a little distracted. I was making kind of the wrong connections. As a kid, you know, The Godfather, I watched Scarface, like all these macho movies, and that kind of gave me this idea of what being a man was supposed to be, especially a man of color was supposed to be. I kind of thought that these older guys were cool. They were like cholos, and I started looking at them for guidance, and for a little bit I was going down that path, and I thought that was what I had to do to be a man or to be tough, which is the opposite of my heart. My heart is very open and loving.
And to see it on this scale, expression and his excitement in his eyes.
My family started to notice this, and thankfully, my counselor suggested that I go to school in a different neighborhood. And they sent me there for high school, and I kind of tried to do the same thing. Like, oh, I already had this image. You know, I've gotten high, I don't like it. It doesn't affect my brain very well. Even though I felt that way, even though I felt anxious, even though I hated the way it felt, like I was still doing it to fit in with my friends. One of the teachers had noticed that I was kind of being just a jerk. This one was like, hey man, like you could have it all if only you just were more authentic. I've never been validated in that way before. Like we're like, whoa, you think that I'm like, you have stuff going for me? So that day I called my grandpa and then I was, hey man, do you have any old clothes? Like I want to switch it up. I came over here, he gave me a bunch of cardigans, he gave me a bunch of shirts, he gave me his slacks. And that kind of started this whole lifestyle of like, what do I like? What do I want to do? How do I want to live? Instead of looking around for how I should live. It just felt like a high. Yeah, it was like chasing that authenticity was just like, wow, like let me even push this a little further. Let me be myself even more. So I really give a lot of credit to my grandpa, because my whole life he's taught me how to be myself. He's taught me how to be, you know, a good person. And I looked up to him a lot. He took me in as pretty much a son. So one of my best friends from elementary school, he had a very different life than I did. I actually looked up to him a lot. Every few months I'll get a phone call and it's from a correctional facility or like, you know, prison. That lifestyle, the lifestyle of trying to be cool, of trying to fit in, of trying to, you know, be as macho as possible comes with that as a consequence. Definitely a reminder of what could have been. COVID happened, and that's the first time I had ever gotten time to devote to myself. I got some spray paint. I asked my mom if I could spray paint her backyard, and she said go for it. I painted a rooster. I felt like this is something I'm gonna do forever. I even made an Instagram post. It wasn't the best rooster, definitely not what I can do now, but I felt I can get good at this, and I felt like I needed to. Then from there I painted my aunt's backyard, and 4+ years later, here I am, just haven't stopped painting ever since. This is the one that kind of got me really known. We did a mural of Tony Gwynn. And at the time, I had never done a portrait before. And I'm like, immediately it blew up. It was just like, I was on every news channel. You know, the Padres had taken notice. I didn't realize how impactful a painting could be until that very moment. A big part of why I even started painting was because I wanted to represent people that look like me. You see Machado on the wall and think, hey, I can get on the wall, or I can do something great. You know, there's no limitation. It was a lot of self-doubt, a lot of external doubt, and a lot of ingrained cultural doubt that I had to overcome. Somehow I just believed in it, you know, and I hope that other people do as well. It's cool to be yourself, and I hope that that is what I translate whenever I talk to schools. If a young kid sees me painting murals and I'm doing what I love, hopefully they can see that for themselves, and not with just murals, but say they want to do cupcakes, or they want to start a dog grooming, you know, like whatever your love is. I hope that my message translates to you, that you can do that. My name is Paul, and my natural high is painting murals.